Okay, so today, one winning trade, one losing trade. Wasn't planning on trading today, but the setup was too clean. So come market open, right? So I had no bias for today, right? Because we're at all-time highs, no bias. Um, Market open right here, and at this time we saw it dumping, but there's still no bias, right? Because we're still at all-time highs. Um, so there was nothing to do at this time. I was only looking for shorts because how long we was up all-time highs. Longer just didn't make sense. Um, so I waited for confirmation to go short. And come 10 o'clock, we got this 1 hour inverse for value gap with a 1 hour change of state delivery. Okay. So when I saw this, I was immediately bearish. So then I went to the bigger time frame on the 4 hour. And I noticed that we had these two fair value gaps, right? We had this big one, and then we had the small one. So I wanted to see price come and rebalance that. Um, as far as why I didn't want to see like, I was expecting a retracement off this 1 hour was for the simple factor of we kind of have low resistance liquidity to run. And so it just made more sense for price one come down to this low. Um, and this low lines up with the 4 hour fair value gap, so it was just too clean. So once I saw the change of state, I was like, okay, cool. Let me find an entry. So then moved down to the 15-minute time frame. I saw price made this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. And what I originally wanted to see was equilibrium get hit. But as we can see right here, equilibrium of the range never get tapped into. But I still took the trade. Reasoning was, um, price was just failing to get here, right? Like it wasn't price was not efficient whatsoever. And once I saw price making this trendline liquidity, I was ready to take a short, right? So I was just looking for entry. Um, and so my first trade was against my plan, but it's just on the top step account, so I didn't care too much. It was only against my plan too because it was a 1 minute inversion. Um, and my plan is to take no inversions under the 2 minute time frame. But like it says on the top step account, wasn't too worried about it. Um, and so the trade I took right here was probably about B plus setup, I would say. It wasn't bad. Um, we had a stop rate inside of 15-minute fair value gap with a inversion. So I took shorts right here, stops at this high, and take profit was down here. Okay, technically this should have been a break-even trade because price did come down and attack my break-even point, that being the most recent internal low. Um, but I wanted to see these relative equal lows get hit for my break-even point, but price never ended up doing that. So that's why I was a loser trade. But realistically and technically, would have been break-even trade. But not too upset about that. My second trade, which was much better, for the simple factor, it was a 2 minute inversion. So part of my plan, right? Right here, bang, 2 minute inversion with again stop rate inside 15-minute fair value gap. So it was also okay. Well, we performed stop rate. We're struggling to break above this previous high, and we had this 2 minute inversion. I was very confident that price wasn't interested in going to equilibrium. So enter my position here, stop losses at these equal highs, and take profit was for these lows. Um, and I was thinking about coming down here and taking this trade, but I wasn't too happy with the way price was moving. Um, and once price came down and eventually did take the sell side level, the ES was already inside of its 4-hour fair value gap building structure. So in theory, price didn't have to come back down to this low for the simple fact of ES was already down here. So this sell side liquidity was an area that could have rejected and went back up. So it was just a safer play. And for example, my break even on this trade was moved to right here. So once again, following my plans, but solid trade, easy day to see. Price broke structure, bigger time frame, right? 1 hour inversion, 1 hour change of state, bearish. Cool. Now let's align bigger time frame with smaller time frame. What do we need to take a trade? Well, we need a 5 or 15-minute fair value gap that goes with our bias. Bang, 15-minute fair value gap. So that's our second thing we needed. Next thing we needed was a inversion, which then we got this 2-minute inversion with our manipulation of the stop rate, and then boom, easy follow through. So overall, pretty simple day. Not too upset that I took the 1-minute trade. Like I said, it's on my Top Step account. So it's not too worried about the account. But B plus setups, pretty solid day, easy read.